You don't understand how I need this Palo Santo to light, to get lit. You don't understand how I need it, and the thing is not working. Why? I should have another lighter in here. I think I do. Hopefully it works. The Statue of Liberty. Look how it's dirty, but doesn't matter. Oh. These, dear God, really need, I really need it to be lit. Thank you. Thank you, dear God. Thank you, angels. Guys, I can't stay on long. This is a very short video. I wanted to have a longer video. I went to work today, and of course I want a longer video, but see, it's not lit. This one's busted. I just need it. I need this to light. I just need to be okay. This is what I think I did, guys. I think last night, coming on during the day, I thought I was going to do all these videos. I couldn't even walk. I didn't even go for a walk. I did errands with Devin, but we were done, you know. I didn't go out. I was all ready to walk, and I didn't. I sat on the couch, and I said, I gotta go and do some things, you know, get my nails done. Never did. But it's okay, right? It's just that when the night came, I started, my biggest problem was that I listened to the book on tape of Matthew Perry. And then, of course, I watched little videos of him. And I want to be done with it. I'm sorry. I need to be done with it, okay? This isn't really a good burn. It is lit, but it's not a good burn. I needed to do this last night, and I didn't do it. Then I thought I was going to do, I said, oh, you know what? I'm sick of watching TV. And Devin was going to bed anyway, so I said, you know what? It was only 9 o'clock. It was like time was standing still, and I knew I had to go to work, and I was going to take my shower, and everything would be fine. And I kept procrastinating. And then I said, you know what? I'll take my shower later because I'm going to do 2 videos. One is going to be a half hour. The other one's going to be a half hour. Tops. I was going to do Libra and Scorpio. I just couldn't do it. Right? Didn't want to do it. Couldn't do it. Didn't have the energy to do it. Right? And you don't understand. I like to be in the mood and my vibe high, to use the words that I hate. But I you know, I need to meditate a little bit on the sign and then just go and do my cards and see whatever I get. And I just couldn't do it. Didn't want to do it. And I know you're probably saying, like, you told us that already, Katrina. Who cares? You know? But this is what happened to me. I don't know if it had to do with, I found out my son was going to be coming for Thanksgiving. And I was hoping, definitely. But I found out he wasn't, that he has to go back to East Coast and take care of things East Coast always. So I was bummed about it, to say the least. And then I just had a weird, sad feeling. And I called everybody that I could think of, right? And everybody's sleeping. So it's not like I'm blaming people for not being there. I know everybody are normal and they go to sleep like normal people. And I didn't want to wake up Devin. This is like the 4th lighter I'm trying. This is freaking, All right, that one worked, but when I get too close, it doesn't work. I just really need a Palo Santo burn. Oh, that burned my finger. That burned, straight up burned my finger. All right. This involves my dogs. Okay, please, dear God, and all the angels, please clear my energy, my aura, and please keep Archangel Michael close to me, dear God. Please send him around me and keep me safe and my family safe and anybody who watches this video safe. Thank you. In Jesus' name. And also, I was calling for everybody. I was calling for Archangel Raphael. But first, before I called anybody, before I called any of the angels, I was calling physical people, you know, just like texting. Because sometimes that usually makes me feel better if I just text. But everybody's normal and they're sleeping, and some people are in different coasts, you know, like if it's 11:30 in Texas, in New York, it is straight up 12:30. And so I did even call my son and my daughter. I knew my son wouldn't, and he's in Texas, but he goes to bed early. He answered me earlier. And my daughter just said, I love you back. I didn't tell her that, hey, I'm having an emergency panic attack or psychic attack, like somebody. All right, this is what happened. So I was totally freaked out because I felt like somebody was standing behind me. And I don't even like to even talk about it because I don't want to bring it into, you know. But being a psychic, sometimes you feel people's energies on you. Especially if you've done a reading and you didn't really close it out. Okay. So I had a sad energy, like a depressed. Let me keep it to myself, because if anybody knew how sad I was, they would be really frightened. And maybe they would call, you know, the white coats. But I didn't want to bring it out of my mouth. And it didn't happen when Devin was awake. When Devin went to bed and my stepson went to bed, everybody was asleep. Even the dogs were sleeping. I'm just sitting on the couch trying to tell myself, get up and do the reading, or at least one of the two readings, or get up and take your shower, or get up and make your lunch, or get up and do something, walk back and forth in the house, right? Go pet the dogs. So instead, I called a few people, and no one was open. No one was open. And I probably should have started praying earlier, faster, but I didn't. I just thought it was me, you know, me, crazy me. I get anxiety right before I go to work, but I got anxiety on Sunday. I did Matthew's reading on Saturday in my car, and everything was fine. I felt good about it. I got a lot of views on it. It's like old times, you know. I was like, why is everybody thinking this is so great? I put a lot of great stuff out, and for some reason they think this is great. But you know, it is what it is. YouTube could be fickle, and you never get all the credit that you deserve on different projects. But so anyhow, I did that, and I felt good Saturday, and he's like a funny energy. It was after I read his book, listened to his book on tape, and I did a long walk. I felt like I haven't been the same since, and I didn't even finish the book. There was still another part to it. I listened to 5 hours. And that was enough for me. I wish I did not listen to it. I told Devin, don't order it, because I've already had it. I can't live in it. I can't. There was so many terrible things that happened. Then I start thinking about things that happened to me, and then I try to turn it around. You know, yeah, my parents were divorced, but I feel like I had a very good mother that was like a mother and a father to me. You know, you ask, everybody has a different opinion because there's 6 people in my family and I'm the 6th. So other people might not think that way. Other siblings might think, you know, other things. But I felt very understood by my mother. I felt pretty close to my mother. I could have been closer. I tried to always have a close relationship with my kids. I don't know if it worked out. I don't think I'm the first person that they tell things to. I know that for a fact, and I didn't understand that because I always tried to make it so that they could tell me anything, because I didn't feel like I could tell my mother anything. I knew that she loved me, but I knew how to stay in line. You know, like, don't get bad notes from school and don't misbehave, and, you know, make sure that you graduate and don't get pregnant. You know, like, don't bring shame to the family. Anyhow, my phone is going to go dead, but at least I got a little bit of a Palo Santo burn in. My whole thing was, what happened was, and this is probably going to go dead, all of a sudden I felt like somebody was behind me. So I was freaked out. So nobody was there for me. So I got the dogs. I woke the dogs up. First I hugged them. I laid on them. Then I brought them into the living room, and they were running around, and then they were sitting on the couch. So then I start talking to the dogs as if I'm talking to an adult. I start telling the puppy, yeah, I'm going to start doing my routine where I heat up my heating pad for my neck, and I get the chamomile tea, and I start looking at him, and I'm saying that. He starts freaking barking. Then Casper's looking at me, but he's not looking at me. He's looking behind me, and he starts freaking out. He starts legit freaking out. And I'm like, you see a ghost? When I say the word ghost, that's why Casper's name is Casper Spirit, because Casper has seen spirits. He's like a cat, where cats see spirits, like the full-on apparitions. I don't think the puppy saw the spirit, but he was friggin' flippin'. Then, so I tried to calm them both down because I didn't need them to be freaked out. I was like, there's only good energy here. And then they started to be more upset. And I'm like, now look at me. I'm upsetting my dogs. And I'm not doing a good job. I'm upsetting these dogs because I'm upset. And I needed a hug, and I was getting my hugs from them, but they were freaking out because they pick up on my energy. So long story short, I got them to calm down a little bit. I did cry to them when they were in their room. I laid down with them. The puppy just jumps over my head, but he knows when I'm upset. Like he just like wants to put his paws over here, like he's giving me a hug. Just like the dream I had of him before I even had him. Anyhow, I think I'm using a different piece of Palo Santo. But I started praying. I started, like, just a simple prayer. It was nothing complicated, just a prayer from my heart. And I asked God to protect my house and protect me, and protect my family and anybody, you know, who I love and who loves me, and just protect my energy. I don't want anything from Matthew Perry's energy to linger on me. I wish him well. I know he's happy in heaven, but I just got too close, and I guess I left my aura open, and I didn't do anything else. I didn't do any other readings, and so my aura was kind of open. I don't know. Sometimes that happens, and something could slip in. And it was a sadness, and I was telling Tammy about it in text. It was a sadness. It was like a straight up, like all my serotonin from my brain was gone, and I was just like, not dead inside, at the stage where I couldn't stop crying, and I was fearing, you know, everything was the end of the world. And then I was like, what if tomorrow is terrible and they don't want me at the school, and that's why they never call me from this school? Because the school I went to, I used to go to a lot, but I can't do like certain classes. I won't do their their library. I won't do their gym. I won't do their, I'll be a gym teacher at that other school that treats me like gold, but I won't be a gym teacher anywhere else because they haven't treated me right. I just a regular classroom teacher. I don't want to be lunchroom. I feel like at 60, no, I deserve to not be in the lunchroom. Just regular classroom from kindergarten or pre-K to 5th. And if you don't have that assignment, then I'm not the person for you. But anyhow, this was first grade, so I was so happy because it was regular first grade, and it's 2 days in a row with the same class. So I was happy about that, but there was something else that was bothering me, and I was like, why am I sad? Like it's the end of the world. Now, all you could do is pray.